Honestly, I'm about to name my firstborn child Jimmy Mike.
It's not a bad name.
I like
honest.
it.
It's not a bad name.
I love it.
Yeah.
Actually.
I didn't choose. It just flowed like that. So I apologize if I offended either one.
Three syllables. I like it.
We have that recorded too, by the way.
Yeah, that is recorded.
Good.
Now.
That's the intro.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Hey! How we doing, guys? How you doing?
They didn't answer you yet.
Well, they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just didn't hear it. But how are you?
I'm good. I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah.
So
well, no, it
it's
happens.
fine.
It happens. It's totally fine. So, full disclosure, right? Like, we're honest with you on this show. We already recorded an interview, 2 interviews tonight.
One was for our podcast.
Yeah.
Which is the one you're about to hear.
Exactly.
One was for a podcast that we're going to be featured on.
Yeah.
Chances are it'll be out before this.
The Manic Pixie
Weirdo podcast.
Yeah.
Rolls off your tongue.
It does. Both were awesome. Both were super fun.
Yeah.
But
it was a lot of fun.
We've had a few beverages.
I've had a lot of water.
CM Punk came back tonight.
Yeah, we were kind of watching that on the side.
That was super exciting.
I'm super excited about that, by the way. But
yeah, me too.
Keep going.
But what you're about to see is an interview with AJ Diaferio. I think I said that right.
We'll find out later.
I'm pretty sure. But AJ is the lead singer for a band called Werewolves.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Really
awesome.
Has
a record coming out later this month.
Indeed. And it's the first of what will be a couple interviews with him because we found out that during this interview, as you will see if you watch it, we all totally fall in love with each other.
Yes.
It just happens.
It's not going to be interviews. It's going to be just like hangouts with this dude because
the heart wants what the heart wants.
And yeah, AJ is like super cool.
Yeah.
Into comics, into horror films, into music.
Yeah.
And into whatever, like what we do. It's what we do.
If you're watching on Strangerhood TV, he takes us through a cool little tour of his house where he shows a bunch of his different like paraphernalia and stuff that he has.
And memorabilia,
all that kind of stuff. Don't worry though, if you're listening and you're just a listener, like we have so many cool stories and we go into so many things. Like it's just an awesome conversation. Like
it was a lot of fun.
If you want to hear 3 dudes totally falling in love with each other,
this is the interview to listen to.
This is it. Because
but I can't stress it enough. Like, please make sure you check out the band because they're really cool. They have some really cool music videos that have really good like production value and stuff like that.
Excellent cinematography, excellent story that goes into it. We don't get into that as much as we
totally have it in all the notes, but we didn't get that far because
So for all of you that are like, hey man, what's it like to be a fly on the wall when you have a conversation with somebody? This is that.
This is absolutely
that. AJ will be back for future episodes because we are definitely going to hang out with him again. We're going to get more information out of him, but for now, just hang out, check out our chat, have a good time, because that's what we did.
But first, we do have to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
Such as Paramount Plus, Legacy Sports Supplements, which if you use the promo code
BaconPod,
10% off.
Yep.
You got Fresh Clean Teas. What else do we have?
We got BarkBox. We've got Pod Decks, of course, where also if you use the promo code BACON, you get 10% off everything.
Indeed. We have a bunch of sponsors. If you go to baconismypodcast.com,
Yeah, there's links to
Go to
all
the
of them.
sponsors. Click on those sponsor tabs. If you're at all interested in any of those things, please do so.
I just now realized that you shaved your head.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get into that with the
Like
yeah.
you were growing it.
Yeah, I was.
You even like made it blue and stuff.
Yeah.
You like literally like you just took off your hat just now for the first time all night. And you have
This
a
is like
shaved
2
head.
weeks old too.
You have a shaved head.
Yeah, I do.
You had it last week?
Yeah. Sorry.
Good Lord. I feel like I don't even know you.
Let's get into
Yeah.
our podcast.
I don't even have
AJ.
anything else to say. So watch the AJ interview. When's it starting?
Now.
What'd you do? All right, so we just played the fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw our new sponsor next to us at the fair.
Right.
Any of you that have ever been to festivals, one of the coolest spots to go to is that spot that's selling you sodas where the copper mugs.
Oh, they're the best.
Wild Bill's, dude.
Yes. And you don't just have to go to a fair to get their stuff anymore. You can go to drinkwildbills.com and they'll send it right to your house.
They sent that ginormous box to us.
Huge box of stuff, and it made me realize that Wild Bill's isn't just soda.
Yeah, I thought it was at first, but man, the jerky and
nuts and coffee.
Oh man, snack foods, coffee, everything.
And if you go there now, drinkwildbills.com, use the promo code BACON, of course, and you get 10% off.
Oh, dude, check it out. Stick with us because we're going to be letting you know how that coffee tastes. We're going to be doing some tasting episodes on literally everything in the box.
Yes.
So stick with us. But, dude, you've had it. You've been at fairs. I've bought it. I bought that mug. It's awesome. I love it.
And now, again, we're heading into the winter months. It's going to get a little colder. No more fairs. Just have it delivered right to your door.
Drinkwildbills.com.
Yeah.
Easy for me to say.
Blah, blah, blah.
Once. Check it out. Promo code BACON.
Hey, I'm Christina Chris of Kaleido, and you're consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
Oh, no. We're golden. We are golden gooses.
All right, so you want to bring us
I think even tiny headed Beetlejuice agrees.
Oh, that's dude, that's awesome. Where'd you get that? I've never seen that one.
I got that Hot Topic for my wife for her birthday. We are big Beetlejuice fans. Actually, if I can show you real quick.
Yeah.
So we are gigantic nerds and huge, massive toy collectors.
Oh,
like our entire bedroom is just all toys, comic books, like action figures. The entire.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you downstairs for a sec. We're going on a little field trip.
Nice.
Why did I shut that light off? I have no idea. But once we come down to this section of the house, as I pass over this.
Oh, we got Amazing Fantasy 15.
Got Amazing Fantasy 15. We've also got a whole bunch of action figures.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, big fans.
Dude, we just became best friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's pops, there's action figures, there's everything you can think of all around this house, including musical equipment. We have this dope ass hallway, which I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but movie posters, band shit.
An Every Time I Die thing. I'm quite a fan.
Some might say we might have gotten our name from an Every Time I Die song.
Yep.
It's all right.
It's a combo of my love for Every Time I Die and my love of American Werewolf in London, which is the greatest horror comedy of all time.
Awesome.
Did
you say horror comedy?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. 100%.
Landis, bro. Horror comedy all day.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. All right. Well.
All right. Bring us into the show.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about all this.
Because I was like, oh, man, we got to talk Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
But, okay. All right. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Get a little slaps.
Get ready.
There we go.
All right. So here we are.
Yeah. Welcome
to another edition of Bacon is My Podcast, where we have lead singer of the band Werewolves from South Florida, AJ Diaferio.
Boom,
What's up,
got
dude?
it.
Yeah,
Did it?
I did it, dude. I
the
am
worst.
awful.
He's the worst.
Awful. I'll know the people, and I still mess up their last names.
Yeah.
I've got one of those last names where people like to add a bunch of letters, but it's spelled the exact way it's pronounced.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
got to read it a few times before you're like set.
At many of a family meeting, I have stated that we should put a space in between Dia and Ferio, but everybody told me to eat dicks.
That's
Well, at least a hyphen.
yeah.
Yeah, something to make it look even more Italian.
I like it.
exactly. Like you're like, okay, I'll eat dicks, but the space.
Yeah.
Can you make the space?
Well,
I
the
like
question
it.
is, if I eat all the dicks, will we add the
Then-
space?
Then do we add the space? If this whole island was covered in dicks,
I would
Right.
suck off this entire island, or I would
For
eat
freedom.
this entire island full of
peace.
dicks. Right?
Just give me the
Yeah.
space.
I'm so mad because I've literally watched Suicide Squad like 4 times already.
oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good.
John Cena's
Yeah.
the best.
He's so.
He is-
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
scene stealer.
Yeah.
I'm
John Cena's
so
stealer.
pumped, so
And-
fucking pumped for his TV show.
It's
Yeah,
it's
me
so
too.
funny. It's so funny too because like we're wrestling fans too, and like for forever we were like, "Fuck John Cena, that guy sucks," and now he's like off doing the movie thing. Now, like back in the day, it used to be like Rock is awesome. Then he went off to do the movie thing, and they're like, "Oh well, sell out." But now John Cena is doing it.
Like that.
Yeah, well,
I was like,
It's just a transition. That's
Yeah.
all it
Yeah.
is. That's all
well, no,
entertainment.
the John thing. Just recently, I think just like this week or last week, he put out like pictures from Suicide Squad,
Right.
where it's just the Peacemaker outfit, and he is not there.
I love
Yep.
that he showed up at literally every promo event in the Peacemaker outfit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
next to James Gunn, next to Margot Robbie, they're dressed normal, everything. He's Peacemaker. I love that.
If
I
he
thought that
doesn't
was
show up at
amazing.
SummerSlam as Peacemaker,
We've
I'm
lost
done.
an opportunity.
I'm done.
We've lost an opportunity.
I'm done.
But anyway, yes,
Rebrand.
we have a love. We share a love for all things comics, movies,
Yeah.
pop culture, music.
Yeah.
all these things, and we're gonna get into all that, but like I don't even know where to start. Like
This is like so okay. So we
the
just got a little
through the
tour of his house.
We got the tour of the
and
house.
and part of the reason why the name of the band is Werewolves is an Every Time I Die song. He's got a couple Every Time I Die flags out there. My wife and I have seen them 9 times, and we're probably going to see them again when they tour with Under Oath next year. And yeah, so good. I actually, it was funny. Like when I met my wife, she got me into like hardcore music, like, you know, them, Kill Switch. I was more of like a Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, douche rock.
Yeah, he's got a
Douche
Breaking
rock.
Benjamin tattoo.
Hey, hey, there is nothing wrong with some good old fashioned douche rock.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
At least it wasn't Nickelback.
Everybody loves Nickelback. Come on.
Yeah, well,
You know
Deep
what?
down
Everybody loves.
inside, you know if Animal comes on, you're gonna attempt to sing it. You don't actually know it. You crap out after that first line. You're like, I'm driving right.
Right.
You're just there for the air drums.
Exactly. That
It's like-
whole song is air drums.
it's like the scene from Canadian Bacon when they're singing Born in the USA. You ever see that?
yes.
We almost covered that, by the way.
Oh, you guys do a lot of fucking really
Born in the
cool
USA
covers.
or Animal.
Animal.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Born in the USA.
No, I mean
Either
that
one.
would be fucking sick.
Either one
but-
would
That'd
be
be cool,
sick,
too.
Either one would be a sick cover to do.
Yeah, we wanted to see. We might actually end up doing it one of these days, but we kind of want to like test the water and see if people actually really do love that song or not by just like throwing out a Nickelback cover and just seeing what it does.
I'm trying to think. There was a band that just recently released a cover of it, and I don't remember who it was. It's in the the similar genre, but
Yeah.
but it's like kind of just straight up, and it's it's
I
okay.
would do that. I would do it just like I would do it. I would honestly fucking warm the shit up before I got in that booth, and I would scream both of those verses as fast as I could.
You would
I
have
like
to.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
We would down tune it to the stupidest thing. We would try to play it a little faster.
Yeah.
All that.
Well, I love your approach to covers. I mean, I guess the Limp Bizkit one you kind of kept very similar, but like the rest of them, you kind of put your own twist on it. Like the Unholy Confessions, that's tuned way the fuck down, and it's it's badass, dude. It's badass.
That's actually
I
the
like
genius behind that is like our producer Brian. Brian is the lead singer of Fame on Fire. He's actually featured in the video.
Yep.
Brian's a massive Avenged Sevenfold fan. Like, so is our guitar player. And for the longest time, I always picked the covers because I'm like a sucker for new metal. And when they brought up like, when we can do Avenged, I was like, there's only one song I will ever cover by Avenged, because there's only one song I think we could have a cunt hair's chance in hell to do an okay job where the Avenged Sevenfold fans wouldn't come just murdering us. And I was like, it's this one. This is the one that I think the recording is so dated, but it's such a slapper. Like when that song came out, every dude who owned a guitar was like, and that's in D? Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You guys killed it, honestly.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's awesome.
I think it's awesome.
And go check
I'm an
out
Avenged fan, so I have no hate. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
There's some out there. There's some Avenged Sevenfold like meat-headed tool bags who crawled out of the woodwork to be like, oh, and this is my favorite part.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's stupid. I'm wearing makeup. And I was like,
Wait,
what?
What?
He used to wear makeup.
I did. I have no problem with that.
I make fun of him all the time for it.
I'd wear it now if the band I was in warranted it. I'd be all over it.
if I was home early enough in time, I would have been in full makeup for this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
See, you got your hang-ups, man. It's all right. We still love you.
Yeah.
We still love you.
You know what one of my hang-ups are?
You wore shorts on stage. So
I do wear shorts on stage.
You know?
You guys are in a band?
Two respective bands. And then like we write together and release music as a thing.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, because what we would do is why we started this is because the first hour or two we would bullshit and catch up with our week and then get into like discussions about comics and
all of this
movies and
that's
what
how
we do
this
here.
podcast started.
And we were like, and somebody had asked us, they were like, oh, we'd love to be a fly on the wall. And I was like, I don't know if you do. Yeah. I don't know if you do. So then we just like put a camera on us and here we are.
And we were like, we should probably find more interesting people to talk with. So.
Yeah. That's where you come in.
I'm glad to be part of this.
That's your job.
It's been a lot of fun so far.
You're the tip of the triangle of the interesting.
Yeah.
Right? We're just docking down here.
Yeah.
What's that line from Ready to Rumble? A diamond upside down.
Oh, the diamond upside down is a pussy.
Oh man, we just got a Ready to Rumble fucking reference on this podcast. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ready to Rumble, have you guys watched the David Arquette
yes
documentary?
You cannot
How fucking good is that?
So good.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet? What are you doing?
I haven't seen it. I do. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm watching it tonight when I get home.
Yeah, you got it.
110% watch it tonight. It is 110%. Fucking great.
I have it saved and ready to go, and then I haven't watched it.
You need to go. You need to go right now. Watch it right now.
Let's
end this podcast. Go watch it, and we'll talk about that on the next podcast.
Nice.
So we actually had. So I listened to Eric Bischoff's podcast, and he was talking about the scene where they were videotaping the guys in the bar,
right? And
one of the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobs, he like saw the camera and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he went over to the guy and broke this like $4,500 camera. He was like so pissed. So yeah, good stuff, man.
I love wrestler stories because they always involve like somebody taking something the wrong way and somebody destroying something or someone.
Yes.
And it's just like, what happened that night? I don't know, but Haku destroyed a bar full of people. Yeah. What? How did that even happen? I don't know. Brian Knobs has weird armpits. What? Why are we talking? What? It's just always this weird ass story with
nothing is better on this planet than classic wrestler stories. There's nothing, right? There's really nothing better. Like just how much of a maniac Macho Man Savage or Ultimate Warrior especially.
Oh yeah, he was nuts.
Do you guys watch?
I want to do a spoken word record of Ultimate Warrior promos.
I would.
Yeah.
I would listen to that album.
I think that would be amazing. You just do it in
Let's do it.
Just try and do like totally ASMR. Like I'll eat crackers. I'll just like Warriors and like.
Yes, we got to do this.
Amazing. That and Macho Man promos are some of my favorite. Like ever. My brother will send me Macho Man promos.
Oh yeah.
Where he'll just like text me he's like, "How's your day going?" And it's like the cream, and I'm like, "What?"
Yep.
And I'll get some Macho Man promo. Yeah.
Rise to the top.
Oh, it's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
Yep. So good. Well, so all right. So you guys do like insanely cool videos. Your visual presentation is like huge. Again, the makeup, all that stuff.
Oh, you guys haven't seen anything.
When are you guys gonna do?
I'm excited.
So now we know that you like some classic wrestling. You guys got to integrate that.
To be honest with you, I feel like our whole next album that we're gonna start production on probably within the next year, it's just gonna be wrestling intros.
Dude, not a bad move.
Yeah,
work for Saliva.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we're definitely gonna go a little more butt rocky, but I feel like the butt rocky we're gonna go is like,
I like it.
Like, what would Tommy End? What would Tommy End walk out to?
Malachi Black now.
Malachi
Black. He's changed
brand
it again?
new shirt, man.
He changed it again. He's Malachi Black.
I can't keep up with it.
I know,
This is his brand new Malachi Black
T-shirt. I
T-shirt.
didn't notice you had that. That's great.
There you go.
Nice. That's a terrible logo.
No, it's not.
Cannot read it.
Exactly.
It's like Cannibal Corpse. It's a terrible logo.
Yeah.
From far away, it looks like a face hugger.
Yeah, it does.
It does look like a face.
I don't know if it looks like that close up, but
the back is pretty
like,
badass. The back is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
For those of you watching, the back of the shirt is cool. For those of you listening, I'm not going to explain it because you should watch it.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome. Like, so is that something you guys are going to like look into doing? Because obviously the music is very marketable and stuff like that. Are you guys looking at all to like work on licensing and things like that? Do you guys have that in mind when you're making the music at all?
Well, I would say to my band, they're always just like, how can we sound like a modern Motley Crue as much as possible? And I'm like over here going like, yeah, but how do we make toys out of it?
I love that.
I love that.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right, Jim Z, you think grilling season is over?
Almost, right?
No. Grilling season is never over because of a new sponsor of ours.
Ooh, what is it?
GrillYourAssOff.com.
I love the name already.
Yeah. It's a veteran-owned company that sells spices, barbecue sauces, cool swag, even cookbooks.
Oh, you know what? You sent me a link to that. I checked it out. That was awesome. They had some cool recipes right on their site. That was pretty awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's for free. But now that they're a sponsor, they've decided that if you use the promo code BACON, you get 10% off your order.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm ready. I'm definitely ordering some spices. They had a couple that looked really killer.
Yeah, and it's really, there's so many different selections that there's really a spice for everybody. The guys that are like heat heads, and even the people that just want something subtle, delicious, sweet, whatever it is, they've got something for everybody.
Awesome. Did we order any? Did we have any coming?
We've got some coming.
Nice.
And we're going to do some tasting episodes over on the Patreon.
Awesome. So
with
stick
a little
around.
Bit of grill your ass off stuff.
Stick around, everyone, because once we get those in, we're going to taste them. We're going to go through them, and then we're going to let you know what we think, and maybe give you some choices that we would kind of go for.
So once again, head over to grillyourassoff.com. Use that promo code BACON and get 10% off.
Sweet.
Hi, everybody. I am Eric Bischoff, and you're listening to Bacon is My Podcast.
I actually, it's funny that you brought up Motley Crue because I had a Motley Crue question for you because I saw I think it was an interview with you. It was like you and your guitar player, and you were talking about the songs. You each gave like 5 songs that inspired you as bands.
Yeah,
right?
we both picked Motley Crue.
And Motley Crue ended up on both of them. And I like the very first video that I ever saw that made me want to like be in a band was Motley Crue. Yeah. Where I was just like, I was like, oh, I have to do that with my life. And that like, that's what started me playing guitar. And that's what like, it started the whole thing was me seeing a Motley Crue video and being like, I want to do that. And my best friend's older brother gave me a copy of Shout at the Devil. So that was one of my first like CDs was like Shout at the Devil. And I remember listening to that and just being like, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. What I wanted to ask was because I've noticed that like there's a lot of bands that point to Motley Crue as like influencers, right?
Well, because they were the personification of rock and roll. Like
right.
You know, everybody had their own like shtick, but there was something about Motley Crue that they were just everything you wanted a rock and roll band to be. They were the most metal thing to come out of the 80s.
I agree. What do you think keeps them more relevant than some of those other bands that came out at the
stories?
Same time? Just the story. You think like had they not put out the dirt, do you think that they would still?
You didn't need the dirt.
It was already there was already
Nikki Sixx die on TV.
Right.
And come back to life. Like, right. You didn't need that.
Vince Neil killed a guy. Nikki Sixx killed himself.
Yes.
Tommy Lee was in a porn video. Like,
yeah.
And Mick Mars is a ghoul.
Mick Mars can't move.
Fucking ghoul. Yeah,
so
you didn't.
Amazing.
You don't need the dirt to be fascinated with Motley Crue. Motley Crue really pushed the boundaries of what a rock star or a bunch of drug addicts with talent and endless money can really do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like, give these guys an open checkbook and see what happens.
Yeah, they would just out party everybody.
Yeah. I agree. That was one of the things that stood out to me. They're one of those bands like I've seen a lot of bands a number of times, but I think I've seen Motley Crue more than I've seen any band ever, just because anytime I have a chance to go see Motley Crue, I'm like, who is Motley Crue? And then they were touring with Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the greatest night of my life right now. This is
Motley
Crue and Alice Cooper.
Don't even get me started on Cooper. Dude,
like I'll get you started on Cooper. Like it's just amazing. Alice Cooper. I look at Motley Crue and they were like the to me anyway, they were like the next generation of like the New York Dolls in an updated way. Alice Cooper, it's like Rob Zombie was the next Alice Cooper. Yeah. You know, to me, it was like Guns N' Roses was the next Aerosmith, which was the next Rolling Stones. It all kind of like moved on and just got like more aggressive and more outlandish and more, you know, with the times, it just grew and grew and grew.
Well, I think with that is like with these characters, like they heavily influence these people, and it's one of those things they have so much like because no one was like them at all. Like everybody who's followed, like you have your Ozzy, you have your Alice Cooper, you have your Motley Crue, you know, you have your Skid Row or Van Halen. Like there were all these bands that were like that was the personification of rock and roll, and then it trickled down, and everybody kind of like Rob Zombie grabbed a hold and did his own version of Alice Cooper, or Guns N' Roses did their own version of Aerosmith, and that's pretty much what everybody does. Like it like one of those things to say like people rip off other people. It's no, they don't. They see something
I disagree
they fall
with that.
in love with,
and they draw influence.
Be that. They want that level of confidence, that fucking power.
That's I think that's an important distinction because a lot of people like to jump on that like, oh, this just rips off this. And it happens currently. People hear somebody currently and they're like, oh, they're ripping off this, they're ripping off that.
Look at Motionless in White with Marilyn Manson.
Exactly. Right. Excellent. Oh, yeah. Excellent point. Because it's like, no, I'm not ripping them off, but like their music made me want to do this. And their look was something that I thought was cool as I was growing up. And their stage show was something that blew my mind. And so why wouldn't you want to, as an artist, take those things that blew you away and say, well, I'm going to do that and I'm going to one up it and I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to do it this way. Because if that's where you're starting your creative process, you're naturally going to build
where you're kind of embedded,
you know,
a little bit.
Well, it's a lot of why, like when I talk to like younger bands and stuff like that, I'm always telling them to like look at like the classics, like look back like 40 years and just because today you're not getting that kind of stage production unless you're fucking Ariana Grande. But
True.
The metal gods that paved the way for you were just so over the top outlandish. Like, look at Kiss. Kiss is still in the makeup, still fucking blowing up things, and they're geriatrics. And
Kiss is going to be doing it 100 years from now with different people because they've built that so well that they're like, hey, we told you at the beginning we're a rock and roll circus, and the circus never ends. So
exactly,
here it is. You know what you're going to get, and you're not going to get it somewhere else.
And that's a lot of why they created those monikers too.
Yeah,
I think I
feel like a band that doesn't get enough credit because their songs are not great. Like Gwar. Look at Gwar, man.
Gwar is awesome.
Sorry to anybody out there listening who's a Gwar fan, but I dare you to see one.
You're right. Their songs are not great.
Song or album. Go for it.
Their songs are not great. But come to New York, where Gwar does a Halloween show every year.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
And go see that Halloween. Dude,
I'm in.
Do it. Well, them, and then look at like to the same kind of like Gwar Kiss model, but to on a different end of the spectrum is Misfits.
Yep.
Look at the Misfits. They've created. Yep. Exactly. Yep. They created something.
I know my horror roots.
Goddamn right. They created something that immediately gives you a feeling, and isn't that what we're all doing anyway? Like, isn't that the point?
Yeah.
You're creating a moment.
Do I wish they had better recordings? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
Will I maybe one day do a Misfits cover album solo? Probably.
My girlfriend right now is doing. She decided during quarantine to teach herself ukulele. She's the lead singer of a punk band called Jackknife Stiletto. They're awesome. Everybody check them out.
And there's an episode in the archives.
Yes, she has been a guest on the show. But she's doing a ukulele, a bunch of Misfits covers on ukulele, which is amazing to hear and see this tiny little girl sing Misfits lyrics with ukulele.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. So I can't wait till that happens. But
she's recording?
Yeah. Well, she's gonna. I'm gonna make her.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna make her do it.
Right.
She's recorded.
I have
a
a
couple
studio
of them.
here too.
Yeah, she's recorded a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like I think when we're starting as musicians, at least it seems like it. The people that I kind of like gravitate to, and the people that when we have conversations like this, it's like we all kind of look to those type of bands and go, yeah, I mean, I want to make music. I want to make the best music possible. I want to like get my whatever I got to get out of me so that I don't drive off a bridge somewhere. But on the other hand of it, I want to make moments and I want to make memorable things. And I want to, I would love to have action figures. I would love to have like if that's not part of your process, then maybe I don't get you. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell you right now, I have I'll send you guys pictures after this, but it's on my workstation. I have a custom Funko of myself.
I saw the custom Funko of you.
I stare at that thing every day at work and just visualize that one day being in Hot Topic. And that is what I masturbate myself to sleep to.
I would too.
Yeah.
I might. Is that weird? That might be weird.
Wait, to his or to yours?
Both.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
matter.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it rolling.
You make a Brokeback Mountain with both of them.
Dude.
It's okay.
Sistine Chapel, man. Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
People.
So
people.
Actually,
People.
one of the bands that had like an image like that back in the day that just didn't really pan out.
Right.
Green Jelly.
I have
Green
no
Jello?
idea who that even is.
You don't remember the Three Little Pigs?
They had that
in
song.
The claymation.
They had a song that was Little Pig, let me in.
Yes.
By the hair,
Yeah.
so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't hold up.
No.
Because no, it did not hold up. Their stage production did not hold up to their thing. Actually, one of my bands played with them, and the singer hired guns.
Hey,
Every city he goes to, right?
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
You have to do that.
Except for he gave them 2 days notice.
That's
they
not
didn't-
enough. That's not enough.
And they did not know. They did not know the material.
That's not enough.
In fact, one of the guitar players didn't even have a guitar.
I'm into that.
What
I'd pay
did
to
he
see
do?
that.
I
Did he
think
do it-
I think
did
he
he do it with
found
his
I think
mouth?
he like borrowed somebody's guitar or something.
I'll tell you what. I
But
would love
what the
to
singer
see-
does, what the singer sorry.
Yeah.
But what the singer does is he travels like in a van, and he has like the costumes that were in their videos.
Okay.
And it's just like a head.
Yeah.
And he picks people from the crowd, and it just so happened that there were like
That's great.
18 people in the crowd, so he had 10 costumes, and
That's
he had
great.
them all up on stage.
That's fucking
That's
awesome.
on that note. Can we pause it for just 2 seconds? Because I'm going to Rambo 4 piss into that toilet really quick.
Do it. Pausing right now.
Commercial break.
On your fitness journey, extraordinary results require extraordinary action. Your training and quality of nutrition is definitely key, but adding a well-developed nutritional supplement protocol will push your results to the next level. And that's where Legacy Sports Nutrition comes in. Legacy Sports Nutrition believes that everything you want to achieve in life can be aided by optimizing human performance. All of their formulas have been professionally developed for both men and women and are made to the highest quality standards. Legacy Sports Nutrition is a brand founded and operated by athletes who have been performing at world-class levels for decades. When I say athletes who perform at world-class levels, I truly mean it. This is NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis's company, so you know these items are absolutely championship quality. Go to LegacySups.com and use the promo code BACONPOD, and you'll receive 10% off your order. Once again, that's LegacySups.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD for 10% off your order. Set your goals, push your limits, and leave your legacy.
All right, I've been preparing my whole life for this. Hey, it's Lainey Fenney, and you are consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
So, speaking of movies, because like we talked about while you were peeing, we were like, oh man, we made a friend for life. We got to have him back on for another podcast because
I will absolutely do that.
we're absolutely gonna go over on this one, and you know, but the main thing, this podcast, the whole premise of the whole thing, the whole "what's your bacon" thing, is, you know, bacon makes everything better, right?
Does.
So what thing in your life makes your life better?
Toys.
What thing? Toys, movies, music, whatever the fuck it is.
All
you know,
three.
like all those things.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what we like to talk about, so we can go on tangents for a really long time.
You know what the answer is, really?
Yeah.
Not losing the child in you.
Mm,
Yes.
You want to get deep. You want to get real deep.
Never
Absolutely.
growing up.
absolutely.
I'm a 30-year-old child. You know?
Well,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, you gave us a tour of your house, and like, me and my girlfriend live in a basement apartment, so we have a very small area. But our small area is, we have a shelf of a bunch of toys, some pops, some, you know, our Funko Pops and everything, and then we have the only artwork we have on the wall. She's a huge Jaws fan,
Yeah.
huge Jaws fan. Two Jaws tattoos, and like that's her favorite movie of all time.
The Great White in
So-
my Instagram name is because of Jaws.
Nice.
Wow.
So we have all kinds of Jaws memorabilia. We have like, she also loves like Wonder Woman and Batman. So we have Wonder Woman and Batman posters. I have a giant Spider-Man painting in a room that a friend got me because I'm a huge Spider-Man person.
Oh, I'm a big Spider-Man guy myself, too.
Yeah.
Hang on. I want to show you my appreciation for Batman right here.
Oh, please do.
Every morning, I piss,
Yes.
and
That's
then
excellent.
I shit to the classics.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Wow.
Also, by the way, I have Misfit shower curtains.
Dude. Okay, I'm getting that shower curtain.
That's a
tomorrow.
thing.
I'm getting that
That
shower
is a
curtain
thing.
tomorrow.
It's my die,
I got-
my darling.
I got my
shower
Batman right here on my arm. I got my Batman
Fuck yeah.
right there. I got my Joker right here.
curtain. Yeah, buddy.
Goes to Deadpool, which also goes to Venom.
We got a big
Which also
old,
goes to Spider-Man on top with Lady Death.
got big old Batman and action comic.
Oh,
Why am I going the wrong way? Why am I doing? There we go.
oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's tons of like
It's
Superman.
Jason Todd.
shit.
The death of Jason Todd.
So at work for a long time, they actually because I was in this like transition period, and they were kind of like, well, I mean, what do you want to call yourself? Because I was like, listen, like, what am I supposed to be? And they're like, I don't know. What do you want to call yourself? And I was like, I don't know. There's too many mics here. And then the owner of the company was like, well, let's just call you Batman, right? Okay. So I took it on. And like in my emails back and forth, like intercompany and outer company emails, I had the bat symbol, and it was like it was my name, and then my role was Batman
until they asked you not to.
And then I went onto the company intranet, which is like it's weird because they made like a Facebook for the company. I actually like copied and pasted the Batman Wikipedia biography, and I changed Bruce Wayne's name to my name. And finally, eventually, they asked my boss. They were like, "Hey, listen, that's kind of unprofessional. Can you have him take that down?" And I was like, "Hey, like, that's your fault.
Yeah,
you told me like I was Batman. What do you want me to tell you?"
I have on my Instagram. I have a toy collection page, which I'm probably gonna once I move, I'll probably actually get to updating. But
what's your Instagram?
It's AJ the Great White.
All right, so everybody can find that.
Yeah. At AJ the Great White. But if you go onto there, in my bio, there's one of the little things says my toy collection page, and it's called Psycho Figures.
Right.
And so if you go to Psycho Figures, you can see like Batman makes up a massive part of my collection.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Next to
my dog's
horror, and yeah.
My dog's name is Bruce Wayne.
That's fucking great.
All
of my cats are named after Batman villains.
My dog's name is Bane.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this again for sure.
Exactly.
We're best friends.
We've already established like you're going to be a reoccurring guest as long as you want to be. So.
I'm absolutely into that.
Yeah,
so
I love doing these things.
Definitely come back on. But yeah, we named our dog. It was between Oswald Cobblepot and Bruce Wayne, and we had to meet him first and then be like, you're a Bruce Wayne. But the main thing was so that every vet we take him to, one, we make their day, but two, they have to ask for like full name. And then also they all inevitably go like, are you the parents of Bruce Wayne? And we all get to go, well, no, I'm sorry. His parents are dead. Which always creates a moment. And that's what we do. We create moments.
That's that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I
funny enough,
love that more.
Funny enough, though, Bruce Wayne and Bane have not met because Bane is like 80 pounds and Bruce Wayne is what, like 20?
Yeah, he's going to break his back.
Yeah, it's just like the movie.
Yeah.
And the comics.
I think it should happen.
Actually, I got a pretty sweet. No, it's not up. Oh, yes, it is. Hold on.
I love that he keeps. So just for everybody listening, he keeps getting up and like going to grab things, like going to grab.
Which is we got a Breaking of Batman shirt.
Oh, that's fantastic. So
Which
if you listening,
I was
a shirt of Bane breaking
with that series when it came out.
Yeah,
me too, man.
Nightfall is great.
I bought all the comics. I bought the graphic novel. Yep. I bought the reprinting. All of it.
Even all the way into when Batman hands off the mantle and then Azrael comes in. Azrael was like shit.
He was crazy.
He was so fucking cool looking.
Yeah,
I saw that suit and like, I don't know. I want to say like 8-year-old me was just like, I didn't know what masturbation was, but I was definitely doing it.
But I knew what it was. Yeah, I knew what to do. Yeah.
The only Batman shirt I have is the one where it's the emotions of Batman, and it has different emotions, but all the same face. Yeah. That's one of my faves.
So, because we like all the same things, I did have a question for you. I wanted to ask you if you could put together 5 movies that would kind of explain your personality if you were to tell people. And I'll even give you an example. Like for me, I wrote them down and I said mine would probably be Anchorman, The Crow, The Big Lebowski, True Romance, and then I had a really hard time with the 5th one because I was like, there's so many movies that I love, but I kind of settled on Death to Smoochie.
That's a fucking great poll.
Such a good movie.
So just because like Rainbow Randolph is like a
Oh, he's
spirit
so
animal.
great.
Oh, fuck, man.
So I'm wondering if you can think about like I know it's like it's anytime you go like what at 5, it's tough.
Well, definitely 2 right out the gate
Yeah.
are Michael Keaton's. So you got your
Yeah.
Batman, you got your Beetlejuice,
Fantastic.
American Werewolf in London,
Awesome.
The Crow,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to think of my favorite fucking comedy.
See, the 5th is the hardest one
Oh,
because
there's
it's
so
like
many good ones, but I need
because
something
now you're eliminating.
that defines me as a human being.
Right. Like if you watch those 5 movies, you'll
The
go,
Mask.
oh, awesome.
It
I
hits
wrestled with that one too. It's so
every
good.
level.
So good.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do that one.
Well, and the hottest Cameron Diaz has ever been, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just Jim Carrey just on fucking 11. That
Yeah.
whole
Yeah, the whole time.
Absolutely.
I
fantastic.
watched The Mask so many times in between pausing at Super Nintendo. It's insane.
What was your Super Nintendo game?
Oh man. Oh fuck. Oh God, Turtles in Time.
Oh, yes.
I was
God,
shit
dude, we're
at
best
Turtles
friends.
in Time. I'd go to people's houses and smoke them in Turtles in Time.
Nice.
Yeah, we recently got Raspberry Pis
Both of us,
respectively.
yeah. And Turtles in Time.
And
is
I
like
got my kids
constant playing it.
into Turtles in Time. Actually, the fun one was did you know did you have PS3 and get the reissue of it?
No.
I didn't either.
Oh
I
man.
didn't either.
So PS3, I thought you played it at my apartment. You might have been wasted.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, they actually released it back when they were doing arcade games. So they re-released the X-Men side-scrolling game and stuff like that. But they actually did Turtles in Time, but updated the graphics, kept all the same sounds.
So sick.
Dude, so awesome.
So
awesome.
That's
Nothing
great.
was more fun than taking a foot shoulder and throwing him at the screen.
Yes.
Yep.
That was the coolest part of it. That was the coolest part at the arcade too. Like
Yeah,
that's
all
that
you wanted
was-
to do. The arcade game, I blew tons of my parents' money on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
It was like
So
that
much.
or the Avengers game.
The
Do you
Avengers game
remember?
was good
Do you
too.
remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Spider-Man one?
Yeah.
That one was good. That
But
was
you
like
could also play as Spider-Man in the Avengers game, so I'd always opt for the Avengers game.
Oh,
Yep.
so you could go like deep with the Spider-Man game. You can get like I think you were able to play as Black Cat. I think you were able to play as Venom.
Yeah.
And- yeah.
See, my early Spider-Man game was Maximum Carnage. I thought that game was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I think you guys will appreciate this as music fans and comic fans.
Mhm.
But one of my good buddies is Alex Koskis, who used to be in Atreyu.
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah.
And so when we just started like becoming friends, we were doing a lot of like trading and stuff like that. And he gave me this entire Carnage set that I had framed.
Oh,
Yeah,
What?
that's awesome.
I fucking love. Are you guys hyped for the movie?
I'm so
I'm
psyched for it,
super
man.
hyped for the movie.
I don't
I-
care if that movie is god awful. We get to see Venom fight Carnage on the big screen.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
You
That's
get
what
to
I'm
see-
saying.
Tom Hardy versus fucking Woody Harrelson, and I could not be
Dude,
more excited.
When
Did-
I heard that Woody Harrelson was picked for Carnage, I immediately was like, "This is the greatest day of my life."
Nerdgasm.
Like,
Dude,
I can't
I
think of a
told
better
so
person.
many fucking people who even had like an inkling that it wouldn't work out. I was like, just go watch Natural Born Killers.
Natural
He's
Born
fine.
You're
Yes.
out of your mind if you think that.
Yes,
He's the
Out of your
perfect.
mind.
He's the
He's
perfect
been laying
Cletus
dormant,
Cassidy, man.
playing fucking dorky characters. He's ready
Yeah.
to play a fucking savage murderer.
Dude,
Yes.
he's stealing the movie. I'll call it now.
Oh,
Like, he's
absolutely.
The morning
100%.
the trailer dropped. So you know, Jim's a late riser.
I'm a
I'm
bartender.
a super early riser.
You've also
Yeah.
bartended, I know. Yep.
So he's a bartender. I sell or I do inventory for a building supply company. So I have to be at work at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets up
I do
way
not.
later than that. So he's getting home at 7.
Yeah.
You're
So
blowing
when
shit up, weren't you, that morning?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
So in the morning, I'm always like, "Hey, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this?" When the Venom trailer dropped, I said, "I'm not going to ruin it for you, but just wait for the line."
Yeah.
Now, did you see it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Best line.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Holy shit! It's a red one.
Yep.
I was like, I popped at work. I was at work. I was watching it, and I was just like, this is gonna be the greatest movie ever.
They got Funkos coming out of them. I already pre-ordered them.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have the entire Venomized set too. Like I'm so obsessed with like. I'd say honestly, I'm more obsessed with Venom and Carnage than I am with Spider-Man. But Spider-Man's definitely in there.
I'm with you.
Spider-Man relates all to the kid inside of us, but at the deep down inside, we all root for the villain.
Well, I mean, absolutely. The villain's always the villain.
Spider-Man's rogue gallery is the only thing that's matched to Batman's.
I was just going to say that the only hero that rivals Batman's rogues gallery is Spider-Man's.
That's
100%.
That's it.
Who do you think has the upper hand? Like, I think as far as numbers, Spider-Man has more cooler villains, but I think as far as like Joker takes up at least 10 of Spider-Man's villains.
Easily.
Right. Easily to me, Joker's the best villain in comics.
Hands down.
Yeah.
There's so much Joker shit in my house.
Yeah. Like easily, like it's not even close.
No.
Right? It's not even close. But I think once you get past Joker, there's a huge drop.
Yeah,
quality.
there's a huge drop. I mean, there's some that are redeeming. Like Two-Face is kind of cool.
Two-Face is cool.
Bane, obviously.
Right.
The Riddler, if depicted right.
I love the idea.
Riddler, but
I love the idea of the Riddler.
I liked Gotham.
I think Paul Dano is going to kill it.
I see. Scarecrow's one of my favorite villains.
Scarecrow's great.
I think he's
Civilian
amazing.
Murphy is Scarecrow, kind of like up the ante on that.
Absolutely.
At least, yeah. For the first one, you were like, "That's Jonathan Crane." Like that's how
yes.
you.
Yes.
100%. Like whoever plays Jonathan Crane next, like the bar is here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one of those things with Joker. The Joker is easy to take on because you just need someone who really will go that extra mile. Like you had Nicholson. Nicholson just made it his own. You had Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger made it his own. Joaquin Phoenix made it his own. And whoever his predecessors are, yes, I didn't say Jared Leto.
Wait. I had a question.
I will not say that Jared Leto did a bad job.
I also will not say
he was robbed.
That. I say he was saddled with a horrible look that handicapped him.
Hands down.
Because as an actor, he's amazing.
Justice League.
Yes.
A little redeem. A little.
I want to see that Joker. I want to see that Joker. And I would like to see the David Ayer cut.
Yeah, where
we all do.
Because I think Jared Leto's awesomely talented and gets a huge bad rap from people for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think he's as an actor, he's amazing. As a musician, he's amazing. I think 30 Seconds to Mars kicks ass.
If you don't, and I try to tell people this all the time, if you don't think Jared Leto's in on the joke, you're out of your fucking mind.
Exactly.
Jared Leto's always playing a character, and then when he's home, he's fucking laughing about it. Like whenever he's playing his God character in his band, he's having a fucking laugh internally.
Dude,
and he's locked into that. Did you hear that movie he did with Denzel Washington? Like Denzel Washington wanted no part of his method shit. And it's just so great to know that Jared Leto understood that Denzel Washington wasn't having a good time and then went more into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
He sent people like fucking bullets, dead rats when he was playing the Joker. Like that's commitment. And he's just putting all this shit together laughing because he knows.
Well, so around these parts here in New York, Long Island, New York, there's a saying called NMAF, and that is new metal as fuck.
New metal as fuck.
New metal as fuck.
Yep.
That Joker was new metal as fuck.
Oh, that Joker was literally the album "Significant Other" by Limp Bizkit.
Yes. Yeah. Now, except for that song with Scott Weiland and Jonathan Davis.
Minus that.
Minus that.
And the Who cover.
I mean,
that wasn't significant.
That wasn't significant. But hey,
I just felt the need to bring it up to be.
Let's actually face facts. The movie was that Jonathan Davis feature.
Fair.
I agree.
There you go.
I absolutely agree.
Full circle.
So I want to bring up your guys' Limp Bizkit cover. One, the video is amazing.
Dude, that was the first thing we ever did and ever put out, and I was just so hyped to like try to make like something just funny. That's all I wanted.
Right.
I wanted to shit all over something that I grew up adoring.
Well, and that's I tell you what, the first time I watched it, I actually, and I told him, I was like, I got a bone to pick with this guy, right?
Because of the facial hair thing.
Right. Because at the beginning you were like, is it douchey enough? Is it douchey enough? And I was like, ha 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 ha. And then you did it, but you did the song so great and you were so into it. And I was like, this motherfucker loves this. Why is he making fun of it at the beginning? But then like the second, third time I watched it, I get it.
Yeah. I'm not making fun of him. I'm making fun of the facial hair.
Exactly.
I just want it to be perfect. And that's what people don't get.
100%. And I'll tell you, the first time I saw it, I didn't get it either because I was like, I'm going to ask this guy about this because this is fucked up because I know he loves this shit and he's fucking making fun.
You can't go into a cover like that not loving. Like, dude, I'll tell you this right now. I used to sneak listening to it in CCD. I was just like,
CCD?
I don't give a fuck CCD. About this God stuff. I don't give a fuck about this God stuff.
Yeah, chocolate starfish.
That's great.
I just want to throw on some Jinkos and bleach my hair.
Jinkos. They're coming back. I've heard they're coming back.
No,
yeah, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They absolutely should not.
No.
I mean, unless
But you guys killed that song. Yeah. You killed all your videos are honestly awesome because they're really epic in scale.
Thank you.
Even okay, so the Limp Bizkit one had that party vibe, had that 90s, 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s party vibe. Like we're in a fucking warehouse.
If you notice, if you watch the video, we tried to do it shot by shot, the original. Okay. And we tried to add, instead of in the video, it's all of his cool celebrity friends are there. You got Eminem's there for a second, then Dr. Dre rolls up in a car. Actually, we were gonna have my friend. I'll send you the costume. I had a friend who was supposed to dress up as Jonathan Davis, and we were supposed to do the back and forth thing.
That's great.
But he got sick and couldn't do it, and no one else could do it. I was trying to get the Pauly Shore guy to do it,
right?
But he was just like, I'm already in the video. I was like, and he was also the drunkest a human could ever be, but that's another story. So I tried to replace all the celebrities with comic book characters.
Dude,
that's who
you need someone to come be stupid in the
are.
video. I'll fly to Florida. Yeah. I'll do it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'm your guy.
Let me tell you, I got something coming up next month. I don't have the release date yet. I'm waiting for my publicist to figure out a platform for it to come out on.
Okay.
Or a music blog to premiere Loudwire, Revolver, one of those. But we did and you'll appreciate this because the Limp Bizkit thing. We did a Wolf of Wall Street themed video coming out.
Of course you did.
About demons buying and trading souls on the open market. And
amazing.
The souls,
That's awesome.
The souls. There's a whole intro in the beginning, and it's the McConaughey scene in hell.
Wait,
right?
Hold on a second, because that's a really cool storyline idea.
Yeah,
right out of Supernatural.
Winchesters all day.
Right, totally. Sam and Dean and fucking
actually, what we did was we married Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell with Wolf of Wall Street, and I wanted to do it somewhere between a Mel Brooks style parody meets a hip hop and metal video.
Dude, that's awesome.
Dude,
I can't wait
even
to see
at
this.
the end, it's even got an infomercial.
Just so you know, just read the emails. There's a secret link.
I mean,
maybe there's a link in the. Maybe there's.
I could probably send it to you guys if you guys swear to God you won't show anybody.
I swear to God,
we might.
In fact, cut that out of there.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Okay. Wait. We have it already.
I'm timing it, so I'm cutting it out right there. We've cut that out.
Did they send that to you?
They sent it to us because this isn't coming out until October because it's going to coincide with your.
You have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're putting this out to help promote that.
We're not. Yeah, it said for your eyes only. Do not touch. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I haven't seen it.
Let me tell you, it's 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The intro is literally VFX. We're in hell. It's me and my friend, my friend Nick, who's the director. Him and I wrote this entire thing together. We through barbering, I was able to obtain all of these locations and vehicles and people. And we shot this in the middle of COVID. So we have a private jet. We've got expensive exotic cars. We've got an Italian villa. We've got an entire office. We got a yacht.
Dude.
So
That's
we
awesome.
do it hard in this video, and it's all just Mel Brooks style humor.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
And I'm wearing like this devil.
Can we air this part? Or
What's
no?
up? Yeah, that's
Can we
fine.
air this part or no? Okay.
I wear this thing. I have a shoot booked next week because I got to shoot the cover artwork.
Okay.
So I wear this devil prosthetic on my face for the whole video,
Nice.
like glued onto my head.
Awesome.
I'll pop it out real quick. This thing
How-
is hilarious, dude.
How long did it take to get that like in working shape?
In working shape, it took like a half an hour a day,
Okay.
half an hour off, and
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
oh
it's
no,
actually
I
not
can't
bad.
take it. I can't take it out. It'll rip.
That's
But
fine.
you can
Yeah.
see, like when you
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
video, it looks seamless.
That's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
no
so cool.
eyebrows, no nothing. So I had to like Jim Carrey overdo it with my
Awesome.
acting.
That's awesome.
Well, you were in a movie.
Yeah.
See, that seamless transition.
There you go. So little do you know, many people know.
Little does
besides,
anyone know. Little does
Besides
anyone
you being a horror movie icon, this man is also a horror movie icon.
Oh yeah.
know. Well, no,
No.
but I was in one.
Well, okay.
I was in one. So first, tell the people about your movie and tell them about where they can see it.
The Woods Have Eyes.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up! How do you know about The Woods Have Eyes?
Because
Because you have an IMDb. We fucking look for shit. Come on, man.
we silently stalk.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know who my uncle is?
No.
My uncle is Frank Adonis, who is in the movie with me. My uncle
Okay.
Frank has been in Goodfellas. He has been in Casino, True Romance. He
Oh
has
my
been
God.
in
True
Ace
Romance is
Ventura.
my favorite movie of all time.
I can tell you who he is in every movie. So, like,
who is he in True Romance?
In Goodfellas, he's sitting next to Ray Liotta at the dinner scene, laughing,
Okay.
like the very Italian-looking guy. In Ace Ventura, he like when I say very Italian guy, like when you look at that table, you're like, that guy's really fucking Italian-looking. That's my uncle Frank.
All
He
right.
plays Anthony. He's also at the card game table.
Okay.
When they shoot Spider. In Ace Ventura, he's the dude that says that Ray Finkel's henchman that goes, "I'm gonna shoot that dolphin."
Oh,
That's my Uncle Frank.
Nice.
I got to star in a movie with my Uncle Frank.
That's amazing.
that's awesome.
He's also in Raging Bull too, and
Who
Wall
was
Street.
he in? Who was he in True Romance?
In
Honestly,
True Romance,
True Romance is my favorite movie of all time.
True Romance, the end scene. He's one of he plays a lot of henchmen and Goombas.
Right.
So he's Christopher Walken's bodyguards. He's one of them.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one who's holding the girl at the end in the shootout.
I know who that is.
We're in
Yeah.
the big like cat
Yep.
aviators.
Yeah, I've watched that movie fucking 9,000
Uncle Frank.
times. That's awesome. That is
Yeah,
so awesome.
if you go look at IMDb, look for Frank Adonis, and you'll just be blown away at this man's career.
That's
He's
amazing.
he's in everything, and no one knows who the fuck he is.
So how did you? So did he get you into The Woods Have Eyes? How did that happen?
So they were shooting in Orlando, and he's like, "Hey, I got a part for you. You want to come up and read for this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything with my life. Absolutely." And I was like 20 or 21. And
Okay.
so I drove up to Orlando. Oh no, I was living in Orlando at the time. And so I drove to downtown Disney. I met up at like a convention center and I went into some private room. I met the dad from Pete and Pete who was reading for the part of the sheriff.
Oh,
And I fucking ear
What?
punched the shit out of him asking him Pete and Pete questions.
that's amazing.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
And so I did a terrible job, but I was his nephew. So they were like, yeah, just put him in the movie. He's got something.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. I was in a movie called Broke Down, and
Is that wait with Kurt Russell?
no,
No.
no. I was in a movie that was on Amazon Prime called Broke
Okay.
Down.
2 words.
Yes.
Okay.
And how I got that was the director and the writer of the movie owns a production company called Polestar Productions, and they put out independent films. They did a film called Ned, that's a horror film that got some play, that got pretty big for a while.
I saw Ned.
Yeah, it's the Ned. The guy that plays Ned is the writer director.
Okay.
And he's a guy named John Rain, and he's awesome. He's in Pennsylvania, and so my band was releasing a record, and we got he brought in a bunch of people to film the backstage and get audience reactions and all this kind of stuff, because we were putting something together for our record release. And then he called me up afterwards, and he was like, "Hey, I'm editing these record release stuff, and I really like your presence, and I like your personality and all this, and I have this movie that I'm putting out, and the lead is the lead singer of a band, and he's driving to his girlfriend's family's place through Pennsylvania to let them know that they're getting engaged, and they break down in the woods, and they're accosted by this group of hillbillies, and this craziness ensues."
Yeah.
And in the woods and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, "So that's what you are?" And I was like, "Well, I don't act. I don't know anything, And I was like, "What would you want me to do in the movie?" And he's like, "No, like the lead." And I was like, "Well, I don't I don't do that." And he's like, "Well, just come in and be yourself." I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, I can't pay you for it. It's an independent film, but what, we could do a video for your band. And I was like, "Oh, we got a record that just came out. Can you do the video for the record? And can we have parts of the movie in the video?" And he was like, "Absolutely." And I was like, "Cool. So we can make a companion video to the movie." Awesome.
Done.
And I was like, "Can my band be in the movie?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Awesome. Let's do it."
His bass player has the best. I'm not going to spoil it, because I want you to watch him. So his bass player has the best line of the movie.
Best line of the movie.
It happens about 15 minutes.
So my whole band got to go be in the movie. My band's called Craving Strange, and we were called Craving Strange in the movie. Our music's all over the soundtrack, and I was the lead in the movie, and that was our payment for it. And I was like, that is that's worth more than money to me. Like, that's awesome.
That's free money. You'd pay for all that.
Yeah, that's the best. And so we got this great video out of it, and I got the experience of being in a movie, which was awesome, in this like horror survival suspense movie, which was fantastic. Now, when you did yours, was it an independent film, sort of?
Yeah, it was basically an independent film. Like, there was a bunch of I know this kind of person kind of people on the set. There was this dude. I don't want to say his name, but
right.
He was like, "Yeah, I worked at Paramount and all this other stuff." And I'm like,
right.
"Oh yeah, word, that's cool." I'm like, "I make music," and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, acting." And I'm like, "Yeah." And pretty much the entire time I was on that set, I was just like, "Hey, my band," and they're like, "Yeah, acting." And I'm like, "Okay." I ended up hanging out. I don't know if you did, but I ended up hanging out with like all the special effects people the most, and like learning.
See, we had the special effects people were also the people that were filming it. Like, it's a super small crew. But what happened with us was we were filming out in the woods in Pennsylvania, and it was like, "Hey, we've got this crazy storm coming in that's going to be snow and rain and sleet and like absolute craziness that's going to shut down like in 2 days this is happening." And we were like, "We have 4 more days of filming, and we're on now we're in the woods."
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing was being led up to being in the woods, and now we're in the woods, and we went from 4 days of shooting to now we have 2, maybe. And
so ours was a little bit different. We had we had production and budget. It was I think like a $2.5 million shoot.
Oh no! This was not that.
It literally looks like we had no budget, and everybody just kind of showed up in Halloween costumes, and I got paid like $10,000 for it,
dude. Yeah, we were in 2 very different situations.
Yeah, well, I mean, keep in mind, like my uncle's not gonna just do something.
Yeah.
Right.
No, well, that's what I'm saying is like that's awesome. Like mine was literally, I was in my hotel room with the other 3 leads to the movie, and we were rewriting the end of the movie to make up for the fact that we were going to lose 2 days.
Right.
And then when we got there to do it, it was like, let's just improv it.
Yeah.
And we literally improv the entire last 30 minutes of the movie.
I'm so excited to see that.
And it was just like, I got to shoot some guy.
Yeah.
We should watch each other's movies, and in the next podcast, we should talk about it.
Absolutely.
Ooh, we could do a watch along.
I'm absolutely into that. So I got to be in that, and I got to be in his follow-up movie, which was a really cool, like actually a really good story about like a guy that had come back from the war, and his brother had special needs, and their parents died, and they were trying to take his brother away from him and all this kind of stuff. And I got a bit part in that, but our music was all over it because I did this other movie. And then the two of us got to write a song for his next movie, which is a vampire movie, which is super exciting because we get to get killed in a bar by a bunch of vampires.
That's so fucking awesome. Like near death style or near dark style.
Dude.
Yeah. So it's actually like why this happened. So like, yeah, again, we were writing music together for a while, and then because we're in two separate bands, you know, the bands become like, hey, that's number one.
Right.
So
hey, I'm busy
we
right
get
now.
it. We get it. Like we get together on Fridays and whatever. And then he texts me, COVID happens.
Right.
John's doing a movie, like real inner circle, like a couple of people.
Yeah, super
and
small.
He's like, hey, so John reached out to me. He wants a song for the movie, and he, you know, it's this kind of scene, like it's.
Yeah, he goes, hey, do you have anything that would work in a vampire movie? The scene I'm looking at is like the bar scene in Dusk Till Dawn. And I was like, excuse me? Like Tito and the Tarantulas? Like that's what you want from me right now? And I was like, no, I don't have anything, but I'll write something for you. And I called him up and I was like, hey man, you want to write like a dirty Mexican bar vampire movie death scene song? Can we do that? And he was like, yeah. And I said, cool, we have 2 weeks to write it and record it and send it to him. And so we did it and wrote it in 2 weeks and sent it to him. And then he all of a sudden got this huge budget and all this interest from all these other people. And he was like, okay, so we're rewriting and redoing and refilming and reshooting and recasting and everything is being redone.
Literally
but
everything.
The song's there. We've got it. The scene's being written around it. And you guys are going to be in it. And we're going to. So it turned into this whole other thing that still needs to be shot.
So
the song got done.
We needed it to be done
so
in 2 weeks. About what?
Spotify, Bacon Is My Passion, Death Be a Woman. Sounds like neither of our bands.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I definitely want to hear that.
Yeah, because I do a little bit of the screaming stuff like you do. And he sings really, really well. Unlike yeah, he's great. He's great.
I'm excited to swap music and listen to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got to swap music. But I just thought that was awesome when I saw that you had done that before. Just it's crazy because the more I learned about you, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be best friends. Like
dude,
I already love this guy.
Honestly, dude, like set life is just so cool. Like I'm just always trying to like recreate that feeling. Like that's why I try to like push our videos to be like mini movies.
Which I like is awesome. Your videos have been like everything from so we had a Limp Bizkit party movie, and then we had a mini horror movie where we're going through corridors and girls are being taken, and like this, it's just awesome. The cinematography is awesome. Like who's doing all that? Are you walking into that with an idea, or what's going on?
I'm mainly a co-writer and producer on all the videos.
Okay.
I work with some really great people. Like one of my best friends on the planet. He was a groomsman at my wedding. My buddy John Volpine of Glass Dagger Film Co.
Okay.
Him and I are just like we can almost like finish each other's thoughts when it comes to like ideas for horror and stuff like that, and just videos and in general. But like I know John's strong suits and I know his weaknesses. I know that John's not a comedy guy, so John and I have tried to kind of do this. The comedy meets horror thing, and it doesn't work, so I've had to like separate it almost in a way.
Okay.
We also, the lighting and DP work is by our buddy Andrew Colton, who is fantastic. Now, for the comedy aspect, we brought Colton on to work with me and my friend Nick Richmond. Nick Richmond's actually part of a comedy duo. He's out in LA. He had this thing on YouTube called Geo Donkeys, which is fucking absolutely hysterical. You got to see that.
Right.
So Nick and I did the Sell Your Soul one, which you guys are going to see. And just, it's one of those things like you just start to attract the right people who are, of like mind and sound. Like you guys are working with like a legit film guy. And, it's those things like you do enough favors for people and they'll want to work with you on your stuff. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's so sick. Like getting to watch these people and the way their brains tick, like watching John set up a scene or set up lights with Andrew is just fucking nuts. Or like watching Nick direct a scene. It's just insane. Like I'm looking forward to making more stuff with them. I don't know if you saw the Atreyu video. We did. Yeah. So we did. That was my attempt.
This may not have. So what song is it?
Oh, Right Side of the Bed by Atreyu.
Of course.
Yeah. So I just try to fill that full of like 80s and 90s vampire like puns and stuff like that. And nostalgia. So that's like when you see this new video and you go back and watch that one, you'll see that John is not the comedy guy. Nick is the comedy guy.
Nice. Cool. So speaking of doing favors.
Yeah. So, okay. So for everybody that's listening and also for you, like we were on a limited time for this interview. And as we tend to do when we start talking to somebody that we are totally getting along with and enjoying, like we end up going a little bit long. So what I would like to do first is I would really like to invite you back to finish this talk because there's so much more that I wanted to get into that we wanted to get into that we haven't just because we've been like, we're falling in love with each other right now.
Trilogy out of this.
Yeah,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So, so I want to invite you. This is our first time inviting someone to definitely come back for a part 2 and possibly part 3, because man, we just want to like talk to you and have you on again because it would be awesome. And also, we didn't get into enough stuff to promote you. We just started talking about a bunch of shit.
Yeah, people want to see our stuff. Just follow us,
right?
Whatever. I think honestly, you guys did such a awesome job of like woving in our stuff. Like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know.
Well, no, that's okay.
Well, what we have to do. What we're gonna do right now is we're going
pay some bills.
We're gonna pay some bills. We have a sponsor called Poddex, and what Poddex is they're a company that makes a card, a bunch of decks of cards that basically have interview questions, conversation starters for any of you that are starting any of you that's starting podcasts that are having a problem like figuring out like how do I do interviews? What do I talk about? What can I do? It's a really good like way to get some ideas. If you go to poddex.com, they have really cool. They have merch. They have all the decks. And if you use the promo code BACON,
because everything is better with bacon,
you get 10% off your entire order. So AJ, what we want to do real quick right now is we're going to list off what the decks are, let you pick one, and we're going to ask you a question from that deck, a random question.
Fucking do that.
So there is the episode deck. Don't pick that one. There is the interview deck 2. Would you rather? I'm sorry, what the heck? And then would you rather?
Yes.
Would you rather?
All right.
That's
very
a fan
popular
favorite.
deck.
It's a very popular deck.
So Mike is going to shuffle the deck because I cannot shuffle, though I have lived in Las Vegas. It's an ongoing gag, and it's just it is what it is.
It's not
just because I lived in Vegas doesn't mean I can shuffle.
I gotta tell you, one day we're gonna get you to shuffle cards because it's real cute.
You know what? I'm a bartender, so I can pour drinks. That's what I can do. I can pour drinks. I can take your money. That's what I can do.
Yeah,
I can listen to your problems. I can
maybe
do all
one
those
day
things.
cards. Who knows? Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right.
So Mike's fanning them out. I am going to take my fingy and I'm going to move from left to right. You let me know when to stop, and you'll get a random right there.
Oh!
Mike dropped a bunch of cards because he's
play 52 pickup.
#amateur. But all right. Okay. Well, you know what? I think this is an easy question for you because you are not a drinker. So, but the question, the would you rather is, well, maybe it's not. Maybe. Would you rather spike the punch or would you rather Xerox your butt at the next office party?
Oh, I'd absolutely spike the punch.
Yeah,
got to watch them all, right? You got to
watch them all. Listen, I used to heavily drink. I don't drink anymore, and I love watching drunk people. I also know when's the time that I need to leave places based off of people's drunkenness.
Yeah, you have a better gauge.
That's what I was saying. You'd rather spark the punch because you know what? It's fun to be the guy that sets up the dominoes and then watches them fall. Yeah,
I agree. So AJ, again, we got to know. Our fans have to know. Your fans have to know. No, they don't. No,
well, his fans don't have to know.
They don't have to know.
They already know.
But let everybody know. Where can they find you?
Yeah. How do our fans become your fans? Where do they find you?
Well, I'm hoping that your fans have Instagram. And if they have Instagram, you go to Instagram at werewolves, normal way you spell werewolves, _FL. And then in our bio is our link tree, which will take you to everything you need that is werewolves.
Nice.
Except for my you cannot find that on there. You can find that on IMDb and surprisingly on Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you can find his movie on Amazon as well.
You can as well.
Oh, you can buy mine for like $3. You can't stream it.
You could probably stream mine for free.
Yes, you can stream it.
Dick.
If it's still there.
It should be.
But yeah.
I mean, where else is it?
Well, it's either there or it's not anywhere.
Okay.
But dude, honestly, thank you so much. Thank you so
this
much.
was a lot of fun.
Thank you guys. I know it didn't start out off on the greatest note, but I appreciate you guys so much for this.
Dude, this has been awesome. I can't wait for the next one. With you. So I can't wait to have you come on next. So
you let us know when you're ready.
We're gonna say goodbye to all the people, hang out for like 2 seconds, and we'll figure out when we're gonna do this again. But dude, this has been a pleasure. This has been awesome. Everybody that is listening and within the sound of our voices, you already know that you want to check out Werewolves.
Yeah. Love it.
You check them out. Check out the videos. The videos are awesome.
Videos are
the
sick.
songs are awesome. The covers are awesome. They're awesome to watch.
And the record will be out soon.
Yeah.
October 15th.
So that is
just in time
next
for Halloween.
week.
Just in time for Halloween.
Next week.
Enjoy.
Indeed. So
and if you haven't seen it, go and watch Sell Your Soul because it's amazing.
Absolutely.
It is so cool. It is a cool video.
So thank you guys for hanging out. And remember, always ask yourself, because it's the most important question in the world.
What's your bacon?
What's your fucking bacon?
What is it?
Okay, we're back.
You
saw it. You get it. He's awesome. We fell in love over the interview. You know where to find him. You know where to find Werewolves, all that kind of stuff. What is going on with your head?
All right. So what happened with my head is the lovely Jen. Yeah, there you go. So Jen asked me, please, would you mind trimming your hair? Now, as we all know, I started doing my own.
Right.
And I was like, I'm kind of against that.
More than a trim.
No. Well, I was kind of against, hey, would you mind trimming it?
Right.
And I was like, I don't think so.
Right. Because you told me.
It's really annoying.
Well, you told me you were like, I'm growing it.
I was growing it.
Right.
I was growing it.
Well, yeah, clearly.
And then
not currently. Well,
I went to go trim it,
but you're growing it from a different spot.
Right. I went to trim it and I messed it up enough that I have now shaved my head.
How do you mess it up this much?
Because when you go eventually, I kept going this way.
Right.
And I went this way.
Right.
And then I went this way.
Right.
And then the kids opened the door and they, Daddy, and I'm like, fuck. And then I was like, okay, I'm just shaving my head. It's only hair.
Okay. You could have had a mohawk.
No.
No?
No.
It was like
it was
angle?
It was bad enough.
Wow.
It was that bad where it was like scared the crap out of me. Off the hair comes.
Well, I will say that you have a nice head. So you have
Thanks.
a good.
No, I don't have a nice head. I appreciate
you have a good head. You got a good head.
I've had a couple of people console me or lie to me, say, hey, it's okay. I'm like, I don't care.
No,
I'm
dude,
married.
You got a good head.
I'm married. I got kids.
No,
I'm
no.
not
I would
gonna
tell
impress
you.
anybody.
I would tell you.
Yeah.
I would be like, you look awful. Like, but you don't. You got a nice head. You
Oh,
got a
cool.
good head for short hair. It works for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am gonna grow it out. So, folks, here's the starting point.
In 2 short years, you're gonna see hair on his head again.
Point.
Does it
Literally-
feel nice
It feels
when you rub that?
Yeah. Like you can't see it, but my leg is moving.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, nice job. Everything's even.
Yeah, everything's even now.
Yeah.
Now it is 1.5.
Mine's growing. I have I don't even know what I have right now. I have 80s. You work at a bank and you're kind of got like a mullet thing going on.
Well, if you want, I can help you out.
I got this.
I can
this.
I can do the sides.
This thing happening.
I can do the sides and gauge it to evenness.
Well, no, I know how to do that.
If you need to trim
I'm just
the
saying.
top at all,
Right.
Don't
ask you. Right.
Don't call me.
I'm gonna grow it and donate it. So this is the beginning of, for me, for all of you watching, this is the beginning of a long process of where we're going to have a lion's mane again, and we're gonna donate it.
This is like year 0. You're at year 1.
Right.
I'm at year 0.
Right.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
So
you should grow it all and just afro it out.
I can now.
Yeah. You're there.
I'm all 1.5.
You're ready to go.
I can do it.
The beard too. Just grow it all. As a giant, you'll look like the sun.
Oh.
It'll just come out like rays.
Just be like a lion's mane.
I think so.
Can we rename me Mufasa?
Yes. I'd rename you Scar because he's the badass.
Valid point.
Yeah.
He's a dick though.
No.
Kind of a dick.
No, he's kind of right.
Well, all right. We'll let you guys decide.
Yeah. Well, if you ever watched Lion King 2.
Nobody watches Lion King 2.
I have a student that has sung me every song from Lion King 2.
My condolences.
By hearing those songs, I sympathize more with Scar's story.
Okay. Well, at any rate.
But anyway, your hair looks good.
Thanks.
Right? Yeah.
But
it's got a good head.
Jimsy, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Jimmy G's Shoes. One word. Everywhere. At Jimmy G's Shoes. And my band Craving Strange is at Craving Strange everywhere except Facebook, where it's at Craving Strange Music. And then jump on Strangerhood TV to find, of course, Bacon Is My Podcast and all the other cool shows on there. And then Spotify, Apple, all that kind of stuff. Find us.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
Me, personally, you can find me at Me My Own Self Mike. My band is at Something Heavy Music. Our music is out there. You heard it before.
Yeah.
Bacon Is My Passion.
Bacon Is My Passion.
On all the Spotify's and Apple Musics and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Jump on baconismypodcast.com. Check out our music, check out every episode, and buy some swag.
Right.
And if you really love us.
If you like us a lot.
Yeah.
And you want to have more content.
Indeed.
And if you want this episode to be a little bit longer and have a lot less commercials.
Extensions.
You can actually go to the Patreon.
Yeah. Longer episodes, and extra shows. We have the cooking show, we have the tasting show, we have live streams, we have all that kind of stuff. To our patrons, any of you that are our patrons, thank you guys so much. All of you that listen, you guys make this thing happen. You
keep these lights, these
whole thing work.
Lights going. The cool lights.
Indeed. If you're on Apple and you're listening to us, please give us that 5-star review because it helps with the algorithm. If you are on Strangerhood TV and you're watching us, please give us a follow, and click the notification bell so that you know when all the new episodes come up. And if you're on Spotify, just share us with other people, because sharing is caring, and the whole thing about this deal is getting more people to hear it. So
Yeah.
check it out, share us with your friends, let them know that you want to know, and you're asking yourself every day, and you're asking them the most important question in the world, which
One
is
question.
Which is what?
You had one question,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, what's your bacon?
What is your bacon? We know you enjoyed the interview, and next week it's going to be fun too. So jump in. We'll see you then. Later.